all, I want to thank Chris Wright. You know, what we call a Republican voting for Obama is an Obamacare. And we are so proud to have Chris's support and so many others from all across the political spectrum throughout this campaign. I'm very grateful to him and his wife for being here. You guys have one of the classiest people in politics in your United States Senator, Bob Casey. And Bob Casey came to my aid and gave me his support at a time when things were tough. And that's how you measure friendship. You know, are they there for you when it's tough? And he was there. And another guy who was there was your great mayor, Mayor Rick Gray. Same thing with State Representative Mike Sterling. Give Mike a big round of applause. I want to thank Bruce Beardsley, County Chair, Craig Lehman, County Commissioner, one of the greatest labor leaders in the country, the President of the AFL-CIO here in Pennsylvania, Bill George. We've got a candidate for Congress in the 16th Congressional District, Bruce Slater. The Executive Director of the Lancaster Democratic Party. Yeah, I almost slipped there. I caught it. Executive Director of the Lancaster Democratic Party, Louis Hare. And candidate for State Senate in the 13th District, Jose Urdaneta. Good to be back. Oh, there we go. It is great to be back in Pennsylvania. Great to be back in Lancaster County. You know, we've been at this thing for a pretty long time now. I've been running for 19 months. That's a long time. That means that there are babies that have been born and are now walking and talking since I started this campaign. And so because I've traveled now to 49 of the 50 states, I have to say the one that I didn't travel to is Alaska, which makes me realize maybe I need to go up there. Having traveled through 49 of the 50 states, people ask me, you know, what's your impression of America? What have you learned about running for president? And I say, well, number one, this is a big country. And it is a beautiful country. We are so lucky to have this magnificent piece of real estate that we call the United States of America. And it's been confirmed that the American people are decent and generous and hardworking, and they are willing to sacrifice for future generations. And we share a set of values. Common values, whether we are black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Native American, young, old, rich, poor, gay, straight. We've got a set of values that we share about family and neighborhood and community and nation, love of country. A belief that we rise and fall together as one nation. That's part of what binds us together as a people. But you know what I've also learned is that the American people are anxious right now. They're having a tough time. You know because you live it. People are working harder and harder just to get by. You know, you've got people with 2 or 3 jobs that still aren't making ends meet. Wages and incomes have flatlined during the George Bush years. In fact, they've done worse than that. The average family income has gone down $2,000 since George Bush took office. When Bill Clinton was in office, they went up $7,500. Jobs keep on getting shipped overseas. People are finding themselves, if not laid off, then their hours are being cut back. Businesses are struggling. We've got more home foreclosures than at any time since the Great Depression. And if you're still in your home, you've seen your home values plummet.
A little bit. That's good.
Young people all across America have the grades and the will and the drive to go to college, but can't afford it. They just don't have the money. It's harder to save, it's harder to retire, people have lost their pensions. Meanwhile, the cost of everything from gasoline to food to healthcare have all skyrocketed. So at the end of the month, people look and they don't have the money they make ends meet. The gap between what's coming in and going out just doesn't match up. You know this in your own lives. So we are in a defining moment in our history. Not only is this nation in war, but our economy is in a shambles. And the dream that drove so many Americans and that so many generations fought for feels like it's slowly slipping away. And that is why this election is so important, because one thing I know, we cannot afford to keep doing the same things we've been doing for the last 8 years and somehow expect a different result. We can't afford it, future generations can't afford it, and that's why I'm running for President of the United States of America.